When she got off the trailer, I have never in my life seen a sheep so wide.
Hello, beautiful.
The very first thing I did was cut away the fleece around her eyes. She stood completely still. Her wool was completely embedded with debris. Leaves had fallen on her, sticks, you name it. It was a few days later that we got off almost 40 pounds of fleece off of her body. Underneath it, she was absolutely beautiful.
Hello, baby.
It was like flipping a switch. She just runs around hopping and happy.
Should we go outside? Good morning. Oh, you are so beautiful. Oh, Ellie will come with me. Hi, Ellie.
But when we brought her in, I felt so bad for Ellie Mae. She had been living in a pasture on a farm by herself. She had not been sheared for a very long time. Completely covered with wool. She was walking on it and pulling and ripping at her skin. So she adapted by kicking out her legs to be able to walk. And just getting that weight off of her was an immense improvement in her health and her personality. She has not seen any other animals for probably 4 years.
Hello, Ellie Mae.
So we do slow introductions with them. She definitely was very timid at first.
Hello, Bella and Ellie Mae.
But it didn't take long for her to realize that they were friendly. They run and jump.
Oh my goodness.
They chase each other. They fully accept her as part of the family at this point. She's just one of the gang. She has found her family. She's very healthy now. And she's blossoming being with other animals. Oh my God, it's so heartwarming. She was just so willing to let us take care of her. I think it's all just went beyond amazing.
Rocky is just the size of the traffic cone, but he's the farm's main character. Every time Junior comes in the barn, he takes off like a rocket. And then this little superstar plays with his ball all day, just fishing for compliments. One flash of his smile, and knockout for everyone. But Rocky's life wasn't always this happy. It was luck that they saved him. Rocky lived with an older man who could no longer take care of him. He was in a bad way when volunteers found him. And they nursed him to health so he could be adopted. When Julia saw pictures of Rocky, she knew that he was meant to be theirs. Once he arrived, he was still very skinny and tired. But they spent all their free time together so Rocky can adjust and open up. They built a strong bond with Julia. And it didn't take long for him to get everyone around his hoof. He's not horsing around when it comes to getting attention. He strolls around so everyone will look at him. Tricks are his favorite thing in the world. When visitors arrive, that's when Rocky's hooves really shine. He is confident, but never bossy. He loves cuddles just as much as fooling around, and he spends as much time with Julia as possible. He can be a bit extra sometimes, but Julia loves him anyway. Rocky's past wasn't the easiest, but he overcame it with a smile and now lives his best life. He makes Julia happy every single day.
Nora was living on a property that was being sold, and when we got there, she was very nervous and difficult to catch. The conditions there were very bad. The shelter was barely a shelter anymore. There was no clean water for any of the animals. She still had very, very matted wool. It was rock hard on the top. But there wasn't really anything that they could do about it on the ground.
I think I remember how you opened the back last time. So I'll do my best to try to do it again.
You're okay, Mom.
You want to go in there?
When we brought her to the sanctuary, she wouldn't hop out of the vehicle. So they had to carry her and push her into the building. She was very, very timid, very, very scared of all of the people that were there. And then we started figuring out what we were going to do about her wool. We had the vet come out and do it very, very slowly and gently. Obviously, it must have been painful for her to have that pulling on her skin. But you could tell that Nora had a lot more confidence immediately after getting that haircut. She felt lighter and more comfortable and was starting to heal a little bit.
I thought she was gonna bolt over to the other side of the room, but I guess she's hungry.
She was still guarded, but we were able to introduce her to the rest of the herd. That's really when our sheep come out of their shells.
See, she's coming.
They really do stick together though. That's what I'm surprised.
Our herd of rescued sheep is very welcoming. Everybody started sniffing her. They were very interested. She was really excited, I feel like, to be surrounded by sheep again. And she'll be at front of the herd when they're all free roaming together. She doesn't seem stressed out anymore. And it's just very nice to see her out and about with all her friends. I wouldn't blame her if she just never trusted people again. But she was able to bounce back after being in such a terrible situation. And she definitely shows people that an animal who's scared, there's still potential that they can recover from that and really blossom.
I really can't even imagine what would have happened to them if they didn't have each other. We basically got a call that there was this little baby that had been born. The birth mom disowned her. And then an older mare kind of stepped in as if to kind of protect her. We were like, oh my gosh, this is pretty amazing. I mean, these are two completely different breeds of horses. And we knew that we wanted to bring them all back together, including the birth mom. When they arrived at our property, April did not want to go anywhere without Blossom. And she was always kind of immediately standoffish to people. I think that's pretty natural given what has happened in her life. We were told that she was a workhorse and probably was used as a breeding horse and then thrown out once she became too old. And then to know that April had stepped in to just kind of protect her was just really special to us. We did try to reconnect Blossom's birth mom. They never really took to each other. But it ended up being okay because April has literally been, side by side next to Blossom since day one. Later down the road, then we took in Kenna, another horse that was orphaned. One of our biggest challenges was teaching her how to be a horse. We were worried about introducing Kenna to April and Blossom just because April was such a protector of Blossom. But then it was the cutest thing because they both looked at each other like, oh, you're my size, like you're a baby too. And April took Kenna in under her wing just like she did with Blossom. They are just, a really beautiful blended family. Kenna and Blossom, they of course are really best friends. And April is still close enough to be there for the kids if they needed anything. I think it was really like the most unexpected, beautiful bond between these three animals because of everything that they had been through. And the way it's transpired is just so heartwarming. It's just been really special to kind of see them grow up together and see that bond just get stronger and stronger.
When we opened the trailer, we saw two exhausted, frightened faces looking right at us. Rosie, she was very protective of this baby because she's used to having her babies taken off her for one. Rosie, she'd been working dairy cow, but because of her foot, she wasn't able to go on the dairy line, and they realised that she was pregnant. It's okay. You're all right. We decided that it was best that she stayed there till she gave birth. Then it was just about getting them healthy and trusting me so that we could move them to a forever home. The first thing I did was give them their own pen so that she could just be with her baby and not feel threatened. I ended up calling them Rosie and Ragnar because Rosie seemed like a sweet name for her that she deserved.
I think so. Yes.
And Ragnar because he was such a thick boy.
Yes, hello.
Rosie in the beginning let you know that she was in control and no one was going near. If I put hay down, she wouldn't go near it till I walked away. So what I decided to do was just sort of offer her food. I didn't go near her baby so that she realised that I wasn't there for anything else. Eventually came and she stuck her tongue out and she took a lick. Another time I decided to just go in there. Her little boy came over and usually she steers him away. But she allowed him to come right over.
What's he doing with her?
And it was from then that I realised that he knew that I wasn't going to hurt her. She trusted me enough that I was able to walk her to an area so that the vet could come and see to her foot. It got to the stage where she actually came in and nuzzled me to get to her food.
Kay.
Really? She was like a big, goofy puppy. Then Ragnar started slowly coming over and I just put my hand out and he didn't back away.
Boy, Ragnar.
And it was then that I knew that they're ready to go to a forever home. It's hard to let them go, but you let them go because you can't keep them all. Once they found the adopters, I said, do you want to come down and have a meet and greet?
Good girl.
They were bonding with them already. They sent me photos of them being in their new home, saying how well they were doing, which was great to hear. They're living their best lives where they are, and I move on to the next lot.